Paco, voy a meterme al YouTube para ir viendo y ir compartiendo el link. Y en Facebook ya lo pusiste, ¿no? Creo que mi vida había corrido tanto como hoy.
He has also a master's in ecology. He worked with bison foraging and with Buffalo National Park. And he has a bachelor degree honors in geography from the University of Alberta, all of them. He has also worked from 2005 to 2009 for Alberta Conservation Association on habitat modeling for moose and sharp-tailed grouse. And he has taught a university level in landscape ecology and spatial analysis. So welcome, Steve. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Hi, Santiago. Santiago, join in. Hi, Camila.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Welcome, guys. So I don't know if I should start or take 3 more minutes, see if more students join in. So we can just welcome everybody to the first TOLIS STEM International Virtual Conference. So as I was telling my students, they shouldn't be nervous today because they have been working and preparing themselves for 8 weeks. So they become experts on the problem. Everything starts with a problem. Everything started with a problem that they observed, and they wanted to work on a solution. How can we solve this that I'm seeing here? Everything related to It's a Green World. So I told them that this is a learning process. This is our first virtual conference, and with international guests that are here to support, give feedback, not to judge. Okay? So right now, Floria and myself and Camila, we are the ones who have been working with you guys and guiding you in this process. That it was also a learning process for us teachers. And we are the ones who are going to evaluate your presentation because we have to. We'd rather just be here and enjoy and give you all good positive feedback. We need to evaluate and see the progress. And I'm sure that all the presentations and conferences are going to be amazing. What time is it, guys? I put the screen full view and then I don't see the time. If I'm talking too much, let me know because the first presentation is going to be Jorge. Jorge is here. Yes, there's Jorge. Perfect, Jorge. And Jorge is going to start at 8:20. So I hope by that time we have all the students here together with us. I don't know if Flor, do you want to say something? Welcome, everybody.
Okay, good morning. Welcome, everybody. It's a real pleasure to have been accompanying Marcela and all of you. I have seen how you grow on your project from an experiment to a project. So that's amazing. I have been seeing everything what was going on in all the course, in all the time. So I am just very, very pleasant to be here, very happy of the result. And Marce wanted me to see the presentation this week, but I say, no, Marce, I want the surprise. I know that it's going to be an excellent surprise. So this is a big evaluation for all of us. Is our very big PDF, the same teacher. So I want to congrats Marce, who has worked a lot immensely to be here today and to be in this place and in this stage and with all of you with presentations and with knowledge. I know that you have learned a lot, and today we are going to show us how much you have learned. But this doesn't end today. This is a big and very big project, a very big idea we have at TOLIS to reach really, to learn through projects, to reach the standards through projects. So this is a very important day for us. Thank you, Marce, and thank you all of you who have been, I told you in the first day, our experiment cochinillos, and know in English how to say cochinillos, cochinillos de India, because I don't want to say rats, so you are our cochinillos de India, and all of you have survived, luckily. So I am really happy to be here. So perhaps Angela wants to say something to start this conference. We have some minutes to wait. So Angela, if you want to say something.
Well, it's a delight to be here. I'm very excited. As many of you know, we're now in a mode of virtual learning, and so many of our students have had to be offline, out of school and online. And for most teachers, that would have paralyzed, I think, all of these proceedings and made it very difficult to work with kids, because we think of projects as being hands-on and taking place in the lab and under close supervision and having personal contact all the way through. And Marcela and Flora and Camila have taken this project on with all of you, each one of you who's gone home because we had to learn at home, and you guys kept working and you kept making progress. And you kept on, even though in the last month, the critical last month, our world was turned upside down with the health recommendation to have all students study at home. So this, for me, this has special significance because Marcela mentioned that everything begins with a problem. And that's true, it begins with a problem, but all the way through projects, there are more problems. In fact, I think that project-based learning could accurately be called problem-based learning with a very, very messy middle. And of course, what happened here was a very, very messy middle because we actually lost our students. They had to go, and we worked with some of them, bringing them into school, but most of you had to stay in contact through camera, through the Zoom calls, and most of you had to work kind of alone, and you were always supported. But what we're looking at today is really a great improvisation and a great adaptation to the problems that are facing our society today. And I think it's shown us that more than ever, we need students who are able to learn despite the problems facing them and learn to solve these problems. There's a lot to be taken away from this situation and how we can be better prepared for the future and how we can be resilient and how we can adapt. And I think what you guys have just done today, just by keeping this program going and networking and being together despite the distance that is between us right now, is just wonderful. So I'm excited. I wish it was 8:20 already and we could make Jorge present.
Thank you, Angela. Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit about logistics and how this is going to work. Some of you have been asking me if I am the one who is going to share your presentation. No, each student who is going to present is going to share his presentation or her presentation and everything that you want to show us from your project. Okay, that's the first one. Second one, we have 10 minutes tops for each presentation. Those 10 minutes include question time. Okay, so let's say that you can present and show us your microignites in 2 minutes, then you have 3 extra minutes to tell us everything else that you want to share with us, a photo gallery, videos, the projects that you have in there, just show it, moving the camera around and show it if that's what you want to do. And then we're going to have 5 minutes of questions from, in this case, Stephen. There is another guest that we are expecting to be here, hopefully soon. And also, you can have questions from me, from Flor, from Camila. Any teacher that wants to add a comment, feel welcome. I'm going to have show in my camera a timer for the first 5 minutes and then for the other 5 minutes. So we finish at 10 minutes on the clock. Then we have 5 minutes in between. So the other student can start getting ready. I don't want students doing something in the computer while somebody else is presenting, okay? We need to be completely in here, in the time, paying our full attention to the presenters, please, Okay, if you have any questions, now is the time. Please let me know. Everything is clear? Jorge, how are we doing, honey? Are you ready to present a little bit earlier or you want to present on the clock?
On the clock.
Okay. So I don't know if Christian, you want to say something, or Cami? Eva?
I echo what Angela said. You know, it's been a great trial of adaptation and project-based learning or problem-based learning, as she puts it. I'm looking forward to see all of your projects, and I'll be all day here looking at them. So I hope I don't have to miss any, but I'm going to be glued to this camera, looking forward for the wonderful things that you have created.
Perfect. Thank you, Christian. Awesome. We're going to have Christian the whole day. I hope everybody, all the teachers can join us and be here all day. Sometimes it's not possible, but all the students are going to be here because we're going to support each other. You're going to support your classmates and your peers, being here and paying attention to them. I'm assuming that some of the parents are going to join us too. I remind them this morning, send them the link again, asking them to come and support. Hopefully some of them are going to have the time in their agendas and work to be here, at least for the presentations of their kids.
I have a question. Maybe it would be nice to hear. I don't know if we put Stephen on the spot, but his work with polar bears sounds fascinating. Could we hear a little bit about what he does in his work? It'd be so interesting.
Okay, just a second before that, I would like to welcome the other guest. I think Hernan is here, Hernan Aldana. Am I correct? Bienvenido.
I'm here. Hola. Bien, gracias por la invitación. Un placer.
Muchísimas gracias. Vamos a estar traduciendo inglés-español. I know that Hernan, it's okay if I speak in English, eh?
Okay.
Perfect. Hernan is a doctor in biology from the University of Buenos Aires, and he specialized in neurosciences. From 2008 to 2018, he served as Dean of the Faculty of Exact and Natural Science and Health Science at the University of Belgrano in Buenos Aires. He is currently a professor at 3 universities in careers such as medicine, kinesiology, and physiatry and biology, teacher of several postgraduate courses related to neuroscience applied to education. He has published more than 20 scientific articles in specialized journals. Welcome, Hernan, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Gracias, Florencia, por la invitación. Por favor. Me encanta. Vamos a ver qué trabajaron. Qué momento espectacular para trabajar en cosas ambientales. Qué bueno, qué bueno. Hola, Eva. Acá veo algunas caras conocidas. Bueno, acá estoy.
Thank you, Hernan. Stephen, I think Angela put you on a spot. Would you like to share a little bit about your research?
Sure. Well, I've started working with polar bears a little over 10 years ago. I've been working with a group at the University of Alberta in Edmonton. And we've been studying the way polar bears move on the sea ice. Polar bears spend a lot of their lives on the ice, drifting around, and we use GPS collars to track where they are. And because the ice moves around, we have to figure out not just where they are, but also where they would have been if the ice weren't moving. And that's how we understand how the polar bears are actually moving. So there's quite a complication with understanding ice movement as well as the bear movement. I also study population statistics. So I did some research on the global population. There's been a lot of interest in how many polar bears there even are in the world. And one of the things that I was working on was trying to make a scientific estimate because all the estimates in the past have been expert, but not based on methodology. And I've also been looking into the concerns that we have over polar bear vulnerability to climate change, which of course is a big subject. And polar bears are often cited as an example of one of the critical species when it comes to climate change. Sea ice loss as the Arctic warms is a problem, and there are definite concerns about what areas may continue to be suitable habitat for polar bears. So those are the kinds of things I work on.
Do you see any evidence of them adapting to the fact that sea ice is shrinking? And I guess just to confirm, because we hear it, is sea ice shrinking? Like, can you say from your studies, absolutely, this is happening?
Yeah, the ice is shrinking. That's absolute. That's not my own studies. Those are studies out of the polar research groups. There are some very good ones out of the United States, done excellent work using satellite imagery. Very, very indisputable. It's they have all their information right up there for anyone to look at. You can download their data for free and look at it yourself. No question that the ice has been shrinking. The estimates are that the Arctic is actually warming faster than the rest of the planet, which is definitely a concern. As far as the adaptation of polar bears, I mean, polar bears live a long time and they're very intelligent animals. So individuals can learn to adapt. That's something, it's not just humans that do that, obviously. But as a species, it's a lot harder to consider the adaptation component. So it gets a little confusing because sometimes people, when they ask if polar bears adapt to the changes, an individual certainly will try its best because its life is on the line. But as a species, if you mean adaptation through evolution, it's happening too fast. Evolution takes many generations before you're going to start to see changes to the species. And there's another factor, and that's that polar bears are quite a recent branch of the bear family, and their nearest excuse me, there's a train going by. Their cousin is the grizzly bear or the brown bear, and those are still alive and they're still doing fine. So there's questions as to if polar bears were to somehow manage to adapt rapidly, would they be notably different from what they came out of in the first place? And that's where people are, not me, but others are researching the increased observation of hybridization. So there are polar bears that are hybridizing with brown bears, and that's an interesting topic, but it's not my area of research.
Thank you, Stephen, for sharing that with us. It was really interesting. And we have the time to start. So Jorge, I'm going to put the time and you may start sharing your presentation. Before that, I want to welcome all the parents that are here. Thank you for your support. Without your help, we wouldn't be here. So saying that, I'm going to give the word to Jorge now so he can start his presentation. Let's support Jorge.
When do I start?
Right now.
Okay, good morning. Today I'm going to present you about my project that is discovering aeolic energy. The problem I want to solve is how to replace the additional electrical energy. There are many negative energy resources and clean resources, but I choose aeolic energy. The first goal that I had is to investigate about aeolic energy And my second objective was to make a prototype showing how eolic energy works. Eolic energy is produced through a wind turbine that transforms the kinetic energy of wind into electrical energy. Eolic energy has many advantages. Some of them is that it's renewable and it's a clean energy source. And the disadvantages are that it's very noisy and visual pollution. In Costa Rica, in Costa Rica, 15% of its energy is produced by eolic energy. And to make my prototype, my main components were the 4 eolic blades, the eolic turbine, a generator between 2 to 12 volts, an electrical cable, and LED lights. And I had a problem with the first turbine that didn't have enough power, so I changed it. My results were that without enough wind, there wasn't electricity, and with enough wind, there was electricity produced. My conclusions were that electricity is obtained from wind, and it's another option to substitute fossil fuels in the future. And while we use more this type of energy, we will have a green world. Now I'll show you my photo gallery of me building the prototype. The first thing that I did was to prepare the materials for my prototype. I used cardboard, electric turbine, electric cables, LEDs, and then I start preparing the town. I begin with the houses. Then I put the floor of my town that was synthetic grass. Then I start designing the prototype and building the mountains because eolic turbine are built in mountain because there is more wind. Then I tried the eolic turbine and I had a problem and a solution. Then I start making my electrical installation and proving the eolic turbine. Can I show you a video of the eolic energy? Hi, and this is my eolic energy experiment. In Costa Rica, there are 17 eolic farms, and with this one, there are 18. And together, we produce 50% of Costa Rica's energy. Eolic energy will be very good in the future because it's a clean energy source. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jorge. It was a wonderful presentation. Let's support Jorge, and just in time. Thank you, Jorge. I really enjoyed your presentation. So now is the time for our guests, expert guests. If you want to ask Jorge questions.
Gracias, Job. Les pido que hagan la traducción o que Jorge igual me entiende y lo pueda contestar en inglés, porque mi inglés es bueno para leer, pero es pésimo para hablar. Me da mucha vergüenza. Así que
no se
pero me encantó la presentación, más allá que incluso ha tenido la delicadeza de armar hasta la granja, ¿no? Todo eso me pareció, no solo puso la estructura eólica, sino que tuvo la delicadeza de armar todo, que eso estuvo hermoso. No sé, en Argentina tenemos, bueno, lo conocen muy bien Florencia, ¿no? Tenemos grandes extensiones con muchísimo viento y por suerte es una gran inversión en los últimos años, ¿no? Pero sé que son muy costosos las torres, ¿no? Son terriblemente costosas. Y no sé si incluso en Argentina se producen, me parece que son todos, yo he visto los tamaños, no sé si Jorge alguna vez ha visto, ha estado parado al lado de alguna de esas torres, es algo que impresiona y cuando lo llevan en los camiones es una de las cosas que más me ha impresionado. Lo que sí me llama mucho la atención, que no sé si Jorge se ha enterado, que en Texas han hecho un trabajo de investigación en cuanto que un gran parque eólico está calentando muchísimo el ambiente, ¿no? Como siempre, cómo hay que estar analizando cada una de las cosas. Pero bueno, eso, un poquito preguntarle si conoce los costos de estas turbinas, en cuánto tiempo, por ejemplo, se puede llegar a cubrir el costo. ¿Por qué no son tan usadas en la mayor parte de los países? ¿Hay algún problema en cuanto a que son muy costosos? Yo sé que el mantenimiento no, pero ¿son costosos los equipos? ¿Qué averiguó Jorge de eso? A ver. ¿Son baratos? ¿Son costosos? ¿Por qué todos los países, más allá de que tienen que tener viento, ¿no? Obviamente. Y no todos tienen gran cantidad de viento, pero ¿son realmente equipos muy costosos?
Jorge?
Yes, wait a moment.
Sí, pensá tranquilo, Jorge. Es fundamental pensar para poder contestar. Me encanta. ¿Cuánto saldrá cada uno de esos equipos, ¿no? ¿Qué costo tendrá hacer un equipo como eso? ¿Y por qué no es, bueno, acá vuelvo a repetir, en Argentina cada vez son más comunes. Hace poco estuve en Comodoro Rivadavia y está lleno. Pero no era lo más, somos un país con un sur con mucho viento, si supieran ustedes. Es impresionante. A ver, chancharán, ¿serán costosos estos equipos o no?
What do you think, Jorge?
¿O solo dependerá que haya viento?
Con permiso, es costoso, pero se recupera con el precio de la energía.
Ah, perfecto. O sea que se amortiza, con el tiempo se amortiza, porque viste que vos has dicho que una torre pequeña te da solo para una tablet, ¿no? Y o sea, realmente no es un equipo que genera muchísima corriente, por lo tanto necesitas muchas torres para poder equipar un pueblo, ¿no? Se entiende lo que digo, no es una fuente que genere demasiado corriente, y ese es el problema, que los parques eólicos son gigantescos para alimentar ciudades. Ese es el problema. ¿Vos te ha pasado? ¿Has tenido que prender el secador de tu mamá para poder generar corriente en 2 bombitas? Te has dado cuenta, ¿no? Pero bueno, bien, gracias, Jorge.
Muchas gracias, don Hernán. Steven, do you have a question for Jorge?
Sure. Thank you, Jorge. And excuse me for mispronouncing your name. You had mentioned that there was a disadvantage to the wind power, that you can have intermittent wind. What kind of solution can you think of that maybe people already use, or can you think of one on your own?
In Costa Rica, the eolic energy is usually combined with the hydroelectric energy.
Mm-hmm.
And because wind is not always blowing, and when that happens, we can use hydroelectric energy.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was very good. I wonder, did you learned a lot doing this project? Do you find that the idea of using wind power is more exciting to you now after learning about it?
Yes.
So do you think that it would be a good idea to help teach other people about wind power?
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit, Jorge? Why?
Habría que construir, si no, unos secadores de pelo gigantes, ¿no? Pero son un poco ruidosos y me parece que no da para cubrir el mismo ventilador, la misma fuente no da para cubrir energía para el secador de pelo, si no sería bárbaro, pondríamos secadores de pelo gigantes delante de cada turbina, pero bueno, hermoso el proyecto, me gustó mucho.
Thank you, Jorge. And I think you have the answer in your problem and solution. Why it's important for people to know about aeolic energy? What do you think?
Because in the future, fossil fuels will end and eolic energy is another option of electricity.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Hernan. Thank you, Jorge. Beautiful presentation. Let's support Jorge. And thank you for our guest questions. So just in time.
Perdón. Jorge podría hacer una producción de granjas para vender a los niños. Me parece hermoso que cada uno tenga una granjita pequeña en su casa. Me parece que además eso contagiaría mucho la idea de la importancia, porque me pareció, ¿no?, hermoso el modelo. Me gustaría mucho que se anime a producirlo en serie para los chicos. Yo creo que a los chicos les encantaría ponerlos en las ventanas, sacarlos los días con viento. No sé, me parecería una idea espectacular también hacer maquetas para que jueguen los niños. Me parece espectacular.
Muchísimas gracias.
No interrumpo.
Claro que sí. Don Hernan was saying that Jorge should like kind of start building those maquettes, like toys for the kids, so they learn about eolic energy and they can take them outside and put it in the window and see how the lights go on with the wind energy. Thank you, Hernan. Oh, my goodness, I'm muting myself. That's not good. Hydropower is our next project. So guys, get ready. You still have 2 minutes. So we are really on time. Thank you for that. So that will be Mia, Felipe, and Nicolas. Okay. Nico, were you able to solve the problem of the camera, honey?
No.
Okay. So Nico was having some technical problems yesterday with the camera, so that's why his camera is off today. We were trying to solve it. No luck on that. Sorry for that. But it's okay, Nico. Don't get stressed out. We are going to do the presentation, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful as well. So I'm just going to put the time. If you want, we still have 1 minute, but we can start right now. No problem with that. You may start.
Hello, my name is Nicolas.
My name is Mia.
My name is Felipe.
And today we're going to present a project on hydropower. So the problem is in Costa Rica we're surrounded by mountains, so the power goes off very frequently, so we need a solution.
Our solutions are hydropower project to have backups for outages or disruptions of electricity. We're going to use the hydropower project to gain electricity easier and have backups for outages or disruptions of electricity. We can make energy throughout the dam. Dam is a structure which has a turbine inside of it and spins with water. So when the water falls into the dam, the turbine starts spinning. It will produce energy so we can fix problems like outages or disruptions of electricity. Also, we can prevent other problems like flooding and also have some pros like irrigation and water supply. The fall of water is controlled because there's a huge wall of concrete so water can't overflow. Also, the wall makes the water stay there and not fall uncontrolled to prevent floods. Dam convert energy from water to electrical energy by using a turbine and generator. Okay, the central thing that the dam is made for is to provide a place to convert energy from water to electrical energy by using a turbine and generator. This is made because the controlled flow of water helps the turbine inside the dam to spin and generate energy, which converts into electricity and solve electrical problems we have.
Okay, now I will show you our maqueta, and I will the water. You can see it spinning. There's the water spinning the wheel. Okay, we had some problems making the model. That was that the water, like the motor, didn't go as fast as we planned, so it didn't produce that much electricity to light the light bulb up. But if we fix it, it will, like, if we have another motor that will produce a little bit more energy, I think it will light up the light bulb. And some materials that we used for the model was plastic spoons, wood light bulb, and a motor.
No one needs to know. So, hydropower helps to generate power to grid energy, and it also controls flooding, water supply, and a lot of places have electrical disruptions very often. So the hydropower dam is normally made for all those places, and it helps to produce electricity and have less and have more power and less electricity outages.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, guys. Let's support Hydropower Group. Really nice job. Let's stop sharing. Let me just move this. Perfect. Thank you. We are back. So thank you for your presentation, guys. And I would like to see if Steve and Don Hernan will have some questions for this group.
Bueno, otra vez de toda mi experiencia en viajes he visto cómo se transforman los territorios cuando se construyen esas represas gigantes, ¿no? Generando lagos que no solo sirven para el turismo, pero siempre que ando y veo alguna de estas estructuras monstruosas de energía, ¿no? De productoras de energía, me pregunto qué pasa con la fauna, ¿no? ¿Cómo se arreglan los pececitos que corrían por esos ríos ahora, que han construido esos monstruos de paredes, ¿no? Más allá de que parece que se armara una laguna mucho más grande. En general, cuando se construyen ese tipo de represas de hidroeléctricas, ¿cómo se resuelve el tema de la migración de los peces? ¿Qué pasa, si tienen los chicos alguna idea de qué puede pasar con la fauna que corre por esos ríos cuando se construyen estas represas? Si tienen alguna idea. Si se hace algún cultivo de peces, si se hace alguna senda accesoria para que puedan subir, pobrecitos, porque no van a pasar por la turbina, pobres, ¿no? A ver, ¿Qué se les ocurre? ¿Qué puede ser? ¿Cómo se puede solucionar? A ver si tienen alguna idea.
Se podría hacer un canal aparte, como una parte separada donde los peces puedan ir y ya no pasen por la turbina, tal vez.
O también puede que haya como un tipo de filtrador antes de que el agua caiga y así los peces no caen dentro de las rejas, o sea, el filtrador, y así puedan irse ellos nadando el agua y no caen en la turbina.
Gracias, muy bien. Sí, hacen ese tipo de cosas, sobre todo para salmones, ¿no? Que necesitan subir muchas veces en los ríos y esas estructuras cortan el traslado para el desove. Exactamente, se hacen como vías alternativas para evitar. Pero bueno, siempre algún perjudicado puede haber, no todo es perfecto. La verdad que tendríamos que dejar de contaminar el ambiente, pero siempre hay pros y contras, como ellos muestran en cada una de las presentaciones. Me gustó mucho la turbina con cucharas, me pareció muy original. Me encanta, muchas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, don Hernán. Steven, do you have a question for this group? I think we lost Steven a little bit. I don't know.
Hello. I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Please
Hear
go
me?
ahead.
All
Yes.
right. Well, I apologize. I didn't understand the previous question, so I hope I'm not asking the same thing, but I think I'm not. In your experiment, you said that you couldn't get the water to turn, or the mechanism to turn fast enough to light the light bulb. What do you think you could do to make it turn faster?
We could make we can use another motor, so it could go faster, and obviously the dam will be a lot more bigger, so more water will come out and it will make it spin faster, so it will produce more energy that this one did.
Yeah. Do you think, may I ask what type of light bulb you were using?
We used one of the LED ones that a little. It's not a big one. It's a small one. I don't know the name. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I just wondered if you were using one that requires a lot of power or not.
Mia, maybe you can tell us about where did you find that motor? I thought it was something really interesting that you haven't shared.
First, I opened a DVD player, and I grabbed the motor that makes spin the thing, but it didn't work. So we opened a printer, and it did, and that's the one that we used for the prototype.
Estaba pensando, ¿no? Que el prototipo de los chicos se podría hacer, por ejemplo, para la gente que va de campamento, ¿no? Cerca de un río, y puede tirar el prototipo pequeñito y cargar, por ejemplo, su celular, ¿no? O una linterna. Sería realmente súper interesante armar eso que armaron en algo más cómodo para meter en un río, que Costa Rica está lleno de ríos, para poder, por ejemplo, cargar el celular rápidamente en el medio de un campamento, ¿no? En una montaña, ¿no? Armar un prototipo pequeñito para sumergir en los ríos y aprovechar la fuerza, ¿no? Para cargar, por ejemplo, una linterna, un celular, que ya sería súper fantástico, ¿no? Y
Muchísimas gracias, claro, muy buena idea, don Hernán. So don Hernán is saying, why don't we make that prototype kind of a one that we can carry with us, and when we are camping and there's a river, we can use the prototype to charge a flashlight or our cell phones. So I think that would be nice. Muchísimas gracias, don Hernán. Thank you all, guys. Really nice presentation. Nice answering the questions also, guys. Good job. And we are on time. That is so nice. Amazing. So next presentation is Smoke is Affecting Plants. That will be Santiago Garcia, Rick, and Rick is ready for us, and Maria Jose. So I'm going to put the time, guys. So I will let you know when to start. Okay, you may start right now.
Good morning, teachers and classmates. We'll be presenting our project about
Santi, is there another computer there that is creating the feedback?
I think they're trying to solve the problem there.
Wait, if you can give us like some time because they have
to Yes, I'm going to stop the time. So when you're ready, please let me know. Let's see if we can solve the technical problem. Rick, can you go back to the first slide? Don't, yes, and let's wait just a little bit. Santi, let us know when you think the problem is solved.
Now? Yes, now. Okay, so good morning, teachers and classmates. We will be presenting our project about smoke affecting plants. Our integrants are Maria Jose Hernandez, Rick Van Vliet, and me. So the idea of our project was to have two same boxes of acrylic and have two same environments in each box. We will take care with water, sun, we will measure the pH of the plant, we will measure the chlorophyll of the plant, we will measure all the factors of the soil that can be measured, and we will put smoke of 20 cigarettes a day. For 1 week. For 1 week, we will put a pack of cigarettes in each box, right? So when the week already passed, we will measure again every day the factor, the pH in the plant, the pH in the soil. We'll also measure the chlorophyll in the plant, and we will measure all the things so we can see how smoke of a pack of cigarettes in a box could affect all the environment in that box.
Okay, the chemicals in the cigarettes affect the plant in different ways because they release some chemicals that may help the plant. For example, carbon monoxide is able to be converted into carbon dioxide, which can be really useful for photosynthesis. However, most chemicals released during smoking contaminate the soil and the air and surrounding the plant, and over time the plant can't absorb any more nutrients and it will just die. The microorganisms in the plants are what helps the plant, and some scientists believe that these microorganisms produce enzymes and hormones that encourage the plant growth. However, the chemical found in cigarettes and the smoke of harm kills these organisms. The respiration and photosynthesis process can be really affected by this. So plants contain an opening called the stomata, which is part of the respiratory system. These openings are responsible for the absorption of the carbon dioxide and converted into glucose that the plant uses as food. Smoking can leave residues on plants that eventually plugs up the stomata and causes the plant to choke and to starve. And it's also the plant growth is slowed down, and it simply needs the stomatas cleared to be able to breathe, and this will just kill the plant.
In molecular change, plant cells are made up of protein, enzymes, and other components, and the chemicals of the cigarette smoke have an impact on these components, including the DNA of the plant. The chemicals can break down molecular bonds, or they can cause genetic mutations. These breakdown and changes mean that the cells cannot function properly, which can impact the absorption of water. We researched the results of a experiment of scientists in Germany in the Institute of Plant Biology because due to some issues like some of our the group members went virtual class, and also a little bit because of the lack of responsibility, we couldn't do the experiment. And this graph shows how much nicotine the plant leaves had after 11 cigarettes, and the blue bar shows how much nicotine there was after the leaves were shock frozen in liquid nitrogen. And you can see that the nicotine level decreases after some time because the nicotine that was on the surface of the leaf evaporated or metabolized. And these are our sources. And thank you.
And I have something to add, that is that the nicotine in plants has a very similar effect on the human body. This is because the nicotine has like a life, like expectancy life, from 3 to 12 hours in a human body. From a human body, 3 to 12 hours it can affect you. But the nicotine in a body can spend like 3 days where you can make an exam of nails and hair, and in that moment you can see how many nicotine is in your body and what type of nicotine is in your body. In plants, this is a little bit different, but it's like the same because the pores of the plant, the chlorophylls of the plant are like se tapan with the nicotine, and in that moment, the plant cannot breathe within the pores, so the plant will be dead in 3 to 12. And it's like the same time of expectancy in nicotine in plants and human bodies.
Thank you, Santiago. Really nice presentation. Let's support this group. Thank you, guys. I'm going to ask.
Bueno,
I will guess. Yes.
Compleja el audio, pero se pudo entender lo que trabajaron los estudiantes. A ver, me resulta muy original la propuesta porque nunca había pensado en cómo afectaba los cigarrillos. Yo he dejado de fumar hace una semana. Nunca había pensado cómo afectaban los cigarrillos más allá de a la persona. Por eso me resulta muy, muy original, ¿no? El cuidar, el enfocar el trabajo hacia las plantas y cómo los afectan los cigarrillos, más allá que también cómo los afectan los cigarrillos a las personas de las casas, a los animales que habitan las casas, ¿no? A todo el ambiente que uno tiene en la casa. Eso está bueno. Me gustó, me pareció muy original. Solo remarcar que pH va primero con letra minúscula, eso por las dudas, por si lo quieren dejar después marcado, hay algunos errores de ortografía que si van a hablar de algo así, estaría bueno corregirlos. pH va primero la P en minúscula y la H en mayúscula. Bueno, y con respecto a esto, ¿por qué ellos están tan preocupados? ¿Por qué pensaron en las plantas, ¿no? ¿Qué impacto tienen las plantas en el ambiente? ¿Por qué consideraron de interés el impacto de los cigarrillos en las plantas, ¿no? ¿Por qué enfocaron ahí y no fíjense que además trabajaron con solo una de las moléculas, que es la nicotina, con todas las que además produce, ¿no? Que no me quiero ni imaginar que la mostraron en la diapositiva. ¿Por qué enfocaron el trabajo hacia las plantas? ¿Por qué se les ocurrió?
Es que, digamos, en el momento que uno habla de qué droga o qué alterador usa más la gente, el tabaco y la nicotina son la mayoría. O sea, si usted compara la marihuana, usted compara otras drogas comparado al tabaco o a la nicotina que tiene el tabaco y los cigarrillos, este es el más usado en el mundo. Y además, el proyecto que hicieron en Alemania, el proyecto que íbamos a hacer nosotros, pero no pudimos hacerlo, es una caja por ahí de este tamaño, es una caja 30 por 40 centímetros. Esta caja es el equivalente a todo un país, y 20 cigarrillos, que es una caja de cigarrillos, equivale a lo que sería 2 millones de cigarrillos en un país. Eso sería exactamente el número, y entonces en el momento que se mete el humo ahí, es como si estuviera afectando todos los árboles de un país, solo que reducido en una caja. Pero el radio de cigarrillos con área cuadrada es exactamente el mismo. Eso es lo que escogimos, y también estamos interesados en ver qué tanto los cigarrillos afectan a las plantas, o si no las afectan del todo, o si más bien las mejoraban. Pero el caso fue que las empeoraron mucho.
Exacto, perfecto, porque es cierto que mucha gente usa los cigarrillos fumados como abono de las plantas, ¿no es cierto? Que usan el tabaco que queda para abonar las plantas. Eso es algo que se usa mucho acá en Argentina. Tirar el tabaco, lo que quedó.
Sí, sí, exacto. Y además, digamos, en las plantas, no sé, usted quiere un fumador, por ejemplo, en ese momento las plantas, como yo dije, que se tapaban los poros, y como María José dijo, se le tapan los poros, entonces ya la planta no puede respirar. Eso es exactamente lo que pasa con la tráquea del cuerpo humano. A usted el humo llega, el tabaco, la nicotina, el jugo de esto, le tapa todos los poros, y la tráquea se vuelve dura, se vuelve una piedra. Entonces ya el aire no puede pasar ni para abajo ni para arriba.
Perfecto. Sí, no es tanto la tráquea, son más un daño más abajo todavía en los alvéolos, que es la zona más delicada. La tráquea es un caño muy grande, ¿sabes, Santiago? Entonces, lo que más se daña es la región alveolar. Hay unas estructuras en los alvéolos que son muy agredidas por la nicotina. Esa es más que la tráquea. La tráquea, pensá que es un tubo muy grande. Entonces, bien abajo de todo el final, ahí sí se daña muchísimo con el cigarrillo. Muchas gracias por tu respuesta. Gracias.
Y también quiero añadir algo, que por qué decidimos investigar la nicotina, porque también el mismo laboratorio que del proyecto, del experimento que investigamos, decía que la planta, cuando tiene nicotina, también it can release the nicotine. O sea, que nosotros también después lo vamos a tener en nuestro cuerpo.
Entiendo, perfecto. Gracias, Rick.
Muchísimas gracias, don Hernán, Santiago, Rick. I just want to welcome some guests from Cambridge University. So it would be nice, guys, if from now on, when you speak in Spanish, to translate also in English. So also for Stephen, because he doesn't understand Spanish. Okay, so let's have that in mind. Thank you, guys. Stephen, do you have a question for the group?
Sure. Well, first of all, it was a great topic. I'm really interested in all the topics you guys are coming up with. I would like to know what made you think of this topic.
Just one day we were preparing like all the projects and that, and I remember that I have a grandpa that is very bad with smoking. He is like in hospital. He is all contact. And like I really think at this topic, and I asked Rick and Maho, and they were really interested in this. So we just came up with like giving a radio and investigate it, and the radio is perfect with like a whole country and the cigarettes in it. So we really think it was an interesting topic, and a topic that nobody will do, and we really think that it will be a very original topic.
Thank you. Do I have time for one more question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. You said you were planning to measure the pH. I'm just curious, what part of the plant were you going to measure the pH from, and what did you think?
We did some research, and our idea was to take the leaves, kind of squish them, take out like the sap that comes out of it, dissolve it in water, and then I had a pH measure. So we were planning to measure it and record it every single day.
Okay, and what did you expect would happen?
We honestly don't know, because we were expecting multiple things. Like I didn't think of that. I think Rick did, I don't know, but I didn't actually think of what was going to happen. Maybe it will be closer to 7 somewhere, but still, I really couldn't think of what was going to happen because
I had done some research and it said that like of one plant, the pH level should be between 5.5 and 6.5, and with the cigarettes it would increase, so it will be more less acid.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Really nice presentation, guys, and answering the questions too. Thank you, Don Hernan and Stephen, for your questions. I would like to right now to welcome another guest that we have here with us. Quiero dar la bienvenida a Ana Rodera, es otra de nuestras invitadas, experta en varios temas. Vamos Ana, ¿dónde estás? Mi conexión de internet es un poco inestable. Estoy aquí en el colegio.
Nada. Hola Marcela, hola a todas y todos, espero que estéis muy bien, de salud. Y todos y todas y vuestra gente, y muchísimas gracias por la invitación, un placer aquí desde España, desde Madrid, os estoy escuchando y bueno, voy a hacer ahí algunas preguntillas, intentaré no ser muy mala.
Muchísimas gracias, Ana. Ana had a doctorate in education from the Open University of Catalonia, master in education and new technologies from the University of Barcelona. She works as a university professor and consultant in the area of education, innovation, and technology. She has published numerous academic articles and participated in book chapters related to educational innovation. Bienvenida, Ana.
Muchas gracias, Marcela, un placer.
Estamos súper bien de tiempo. We are just on time, guys. I'm so proud of all of us, all of you. So we are going to have the next presentation is Drinkable Water by Samba. So Samba, you may start getting ready or sharing if you want to right away. Samba, where are you? There you are. I can see you.
I'm here.
Okay, let me put the tone.
You tell me when to start.
My goodness. Yes, go.
Okay, good morning. My name is Samba, and this is my Stanford project. My project is about drinkable water and how I'm going to purify it. What did I do? I attempted to do 2 experiments. What do I know? What do I need to know? I know that there are people suffering from dirty and unhealthy water and are unable to have it. What do I need to know? How do people survive with this kind of water, and how can this be solved? What does this have to do with the green world? Poor water quality has its most direct impact on wildlife, particularly fish, bugs, and humans, and that has a lot to do with water. Problem and solution. My problem is that people don't know how to purify their water, and because of that, they don't have access to it, to clean water. My solution is to find a correct and healthy way to purify it with soil and try 2 ways to make it happen with experiments. My materials for experiment number 1 is 3 soda bottles, 3 clear plastic cups, scissors, small garden shovel, soil, leaves, and grass with roots. There will be 3 examples on this first experiment, and I will see which one will work correctly or if none of them. Experiment number 2 is going to have water, pot, red food coloring, cacao powder, coarse ground black pepper, spoon, 3 empty water bottles, scissors, popping corn kernels, cornmeal, cornstarch, 3 tall glasses, and 1/4 cup measuring cup. Some information about the experiments. So as you can see in this first picture, that's how you can set it up. That's how you set it up. You cut the water bottle and you add grass with roots, dead leaves, and soil, and you add the water on top and see how it will turn out in the bottom cups. For the second experiment, you set it up like that and you add all the ingredients together just like that, and you add the dirty water on top and see how it will turn out in the bottom. My results for the first experiment was not good. The grass with roots was cleaner than all the other ones, but it was still not enough to drink. I tried it, but it was kind of gross. The second results is also kind of a fail. As you can see, it's not clear at all, and it looks like a smoothie. But that does not mean I can't learn from it. I can learn what I did wrong and what I could have done better. What I did wrong is I probably didn't put the materials in the right way, and what I could have done better is I could have done more research about this. In conclusion, my experiments didn't reach their expectations, but that doesn't mean that I cannot learn from them, as I said. I learned from all of this that purifying water is way harder than it seems, and that I need to pay more attention to the details and the explanation and to the steps. If I would have more time, I would find other ways to purify water. Thank you.
Thank you, Samba. Let's support Samba. Really nice presentation and 2 experiments. I love that sometimes experiments don't work as we want to, but we learn from that. And in science, those are really important as well, the ones who do not work or fail, because we learn from that and we can change them and see what happened. Before we continue, I would like to welcome another guest, Claudia Hernandez. Claudia, where are you? Is Claudia here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello. I'm gonna connect with the computer, but I'm listening. I'm here.
So welcome, Claudia. Thank you for being here. Claudia is a doctor in oceanography, marine biology from the University of Concepción, Chile. She did a postdoctorate at CONICET, Argentina. She's passionate about the ocean and work on solutions for a better environment. From 2009 to 2018, she worked as a researcher to create value in the industry through environmental sustainable research applications, publishing more than 20 scientific articles in specialized journals. Welcome, Claudia. Thank you for being here. So now let's continue, guys, with our questions for Samba. So if you want to start, is Don Hernan still here?
It's Ana time. Marce.
No. Perdón.
Es tiempo de Ana Rodera.
Ana Rodera, perfecto. Ana, si le gustas hacer alguna pregunta a Samba, if you want to ask a question to Samba's project.
Yes, of course, sure. Bueno, voy a hablar en español porque hablo muchísimo mejor que en inglés porque mi acento es como muy español, un inglés de España. Entonces, mejor hablo en español directamente, ¿vale? En primer lugar, Samba, muchísimas felicidades y muchas felicidades por llevar a cabo tu proyecto, aunque como ha dicho Marcela, pues a veces se cometen errores o no se obtienen los resultados que esperamos. Creo que lo bueno es aprender de ese error. Y he visto que en tu presentación al final aludías a eso, ¿no? A que querías seguir investigando para mejorarlo. Entonces, felicidades y también muchas gracias por compartir el proyecto que has llevado a cabo con todas y todos nosotros. Y entonces, de nada. Entonces, yo tenía aquí, la primera pregunta para que me la contestes muy rapidita es, ¿por qué escogiste este tema para tu proyecto?
Porque me interesó mucho saber cómo o tratar de purificar el agua y, no sé, me agarró la atención.
Ajá, ok. Y otra pregunta que tengo, ¿por qué has leído las diapositivas? ¿Verdad que tú has hecho el proyecto y tú eres la que más sabes de ese proyecto? A mí me ha encantado cuando has puesto las imágenes y has explicado qué habías hecho. Y puse esto, hice lo otro. Entonces, en la próxima presentación no hace falta que leas las diapositivas porque realmente todo lo que tienes que comunicarnos ya lo tenías en la cabeza porque lo habías vivido, ¿vale? Eso no es una pregunta, solo como una sugerencia, ¿de acuerdo? Y mi última pregunta es, has dicho que cuando tengas tiempo harás más investigación para mejorar tu proyecto. Entonces, un poco, ¿cuál es la línea? ¿Qué es lo que se te ocurre o qué te gustaría llevar a cabo para mejorar los resultados de tu proyecto? ¿Cuál sería tu próximo paso si tuvieses tiempo para poder evolucionar tu propuesta?
Yo lo haría otra vez porque siento que no tenía tiempo, como dije, y que agarraría más materiales y los materiales, como más investigación de los materiales y traerlos todos y hacerlo otra vez, a ver cómo me sale otra vez.
Ok, perfecto. Y ahora dime, mi última pregunta, Marcela, me dejas, ¿verdad? Claro, 10 segundos. Samba, de todo lo que has aprendido, ¿con qué te quedas? ¿Cuál es el aprendizaje que dices, bueno, yo de este proyecto me voy a acordar toda la vida de esto?
De que es muy difícil purificar el agua y que hay que encontrar las maneras correctas para tratar de ayudar.
Ok, perfecto. Muchísimas gracias, Samba.
Muchísimas gracias, Ana. Steven, do you have any questions for Samba?
Sure. Thanks for your presentation, first of all. And just in case because I'm not sure what we were talking about, did we have a question about what I was going to ask you was, what did you mean by clean water?
Drinkable water, to be able to drink it without getting sick or without having any health problems by drinking it.
Okay. So how would you find out if your project was successful? Would you drink it and then go to the doctor, or?
I would probably give it to Florencia.
I beg your pardon?
I would give it to Florencia. She told
Yeah.
me that she was the one who wanted to drink it.
All right.
Okay, and seriously, what would you do? How do you know it's pure? Or clean or safe?
I wouldn't know. I guess I would just try it, and if I get sick and I die, then I guess we'll know there.
Project failed.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
I think that there are examples where the water looks very clear, but there are parasites maybe living inside it, or perhaps other kinds of bacteria that you wouldn't know is there. So it's not impossible that you could do similar filtration to what you were doing, and that it could be safe to drink, but it just doesn't look very good, or it doesn't taste very good.
Right.
I think it's a great idea, and it would be fantastic if there was a way that people could just clean their own water. I think I couldn't help but wonder when you were doing the plant one, if the other project about smoking and plants, if the nicotine would get through into the water as well. But I guess that's not what you were looking at.
That is an interesting connection between both projects. And just a reminder here, we talk about systems in which we can clean and purify substances. Like, what about filtration? Remember the experiment we did last year in science? What was that? That we evaporate the water. Do you remember that one?
No.
Distillation.
Oh.
Okay. So just do a little bit of research to see how can you try and prove that the water has been clean. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Samba. Sarah Hughes wants to ask you also a question. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here. And thank you, Samba, for your sharing of your experiment. I really enjoyed that. But I do have a question. And actually, it could be a question to any of the learners here who are presenting. But for you now, Samba, what skills do you think you developed from doing your project?
I think maybe the organization, because the first experiment I was not really organized. The second experiment, I had started noticing that my table, like the table where I was doing it, wasn't as dirty, and I felt like it was because I had everything in order and everything that I was looking for was there right where I put it. And I think that's, yeah.
Great, thank you so much. And I'd just like to add an observation of what I can see that one of the skills that you're developing is the ability to reflect and to be aware of the skills you're developing, which is a really important thing to be able to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for your comments and your question. Let's support Samba. Good job, Samba, with your project. Really interesting, and the questions, answering questions too. Thank you, guys. So we have our next panelist will be Biological Corridors, Jimena. So Jime, are you ready to start?
Yes. I'm a little bit.
No, you shouldn't. We're all here trying to support each other and learning from each other, which is really nice. Nobody here is going to judge or make you feel bad. Okay, so I'm sure that you're going to do awesome.
Okay, so wait, okay, here. Biological Corridors by Jimena Sanchez Alfaro. My project description. My general objective is to create awareness of biological corridors, which are also known as wildlife corridors. The current situation is that with the developing of cities, industrial places, we have decreased the size of natural habitats and blocked pathways between natural reserves and natural parks. And some animals can migrate because of the cities or things in the way. And they're scared going through or roads. And that can lead to a lot of problems like inbreeding, which I'm gonna explain what that is a little later in the presentation. My questions, why are biological corridors good for the ecosystems? How can we help? And which animals are the ones that are more affected? My project is to use social media to create awareness of the importance of biological corridors. And I'm gonna answer the 3 driving questions I have through pictures and chat messages. And my expected result is more people will be aware of it and I will be able to contribute to biological corridors. What are they? It's technically creating more national parks or private farms with forests to connect between natural reserves. They can be roads for animals and they can be bridges for animals. Like this picture, this is not here, but this is a good example of what the objective is. And what can we do? Well, you can contact the SINAC or MINAE, which are the ones that are like in the project to see how you can help with current projects. And if you own any farms, like you can help by keeping them green and not like cutting down all the trees. Like, of course, if you want to make a little bit just area of grass, you can cut some, but try to keep them green so that monkeys can go through. And why do this? This helps our ecosystems a lot because, oh yeah, they help our ecosystems a lot. And they stop inbreeding, which I'm going to explain now. What is inbreeding and its consequences? Inbreeding is when close relatives mate, like they're too close, and it brings out more vulnerabilities because they don't have enough genetic variation, which I'm going to be honest, I couldn't understand much because it was with a math formula and I don't know what it meant. And how does this help our ecosystems? It's planting more trees, which gives us more oxygen. There are more green areas, and there are more animals and variety of things. And who helps this? Who helps the biological corridors? Is the SINAC, the MINAE, and the HIS, and they made the Corredores Biológicos de Costa Rica. And this is my project. I made this Instagram page. I started it last night because I didn't have time to do it before because I didn't really know how to do it. And yeah, that's my project. I also, because I know that there's gonna be a presential STEAM fair, so I'm planning on giving some keychains. I have a design that you can see in my camera. Made out of recycled plastic and some paint. And yeah, thank you. That's the Instagram page.
Thank you, Jimena. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. Thank you. Let's support Jime. Great job. Yes. Awesome. I would love to see the Instagram page. I think you put like kind of a screenshot of it because I would like to follow you.
Yeah, I can put the, oopsie, can put the link in the chat.
Perfect. And just in time.
Can I stop here?
Yes. Okay. So, beautiful presentation. Ana, did you have any questions for Jimena?
Hombre, por supuesto, Jimena, respira tranquila, muy bien. Felicidades, felicidades por el proyecto que nos has compartido y muchísimas gracias porque esa presentación no es de una noche, esa presentación has tardado un poco en hacerla, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Ok, porque esa presentación estaba súper ordenada, me han ayudado mucho las imágenes. Y fíjate, yo creo que podrías haber hecho esa presentación, como le comentaba Samba antes, sin leerla, para nada. Solamente con esas imágenes yo creo que hubiésemos podido entender todas y todas perfectamente, ¿vale? Entonces, ten confianza en ti mismo porque el tema ya te lo sabías muy bien, ¿de acuerdo? Y me ha gustado mucho, estaba muy ordenada, muy clarita y sobre todo el uso que has hecho de las imágenes me ha parecido excelente, ¿no? Y otra cosa que quería destacar de tu presentación es la sinceridad, porque muchas veces cuando estamos en una presentación la lanzamos de corrido, ¿no? Y tú has habido un momento que has dicho, pues, cómo te has sentido, qué había pasado, y entonces eso da mucha naturalidad a la presentación, entonces me ha gustado mucho que te expresases de ese modo. Y la pregunta que tengo para ti es, ¿cómo...? Si has abierto la cuenta de Instagram, creo que anoche, ¿no? ¿Has dicho?
Sí.
Ok, sí, y todo bien. Entonces me gustaría saber cómo piensas que puedes medir el impacto de tu proyecto. ¿Sí? Cuando ya hayan pasado, por ejemplo, una semana o un mes, ¿tú cómo vas a ver que realmente tu proyecto ha impactado en el tema que quieres llevar a cabo?
No sé, es que yo tenía varias ideas, pero eran un poco muy grandes. Pero yo creo que tal vez ver que algunos animales vuelvan a estar saliendo en la naturaleza o que vea que la gente sí está como que le está entusiasmada por el proyecto o que como también que la gente yo vea que esté, porque ya yo lo compartí también como en área, entonces como que la gente sí esté apoyando, por lo menos. Sí.
Ok. ¿Y tú crees que si haces uso de Instagram, puede que sea también Instagram un elemento, una herramienta que te ayude a ver el impacto? Porque imagínate que tú posteas en Instagram y que la gente pues te empieza a contestar o empieza a compartir lo que tú has puesto. ¿Tú crees que Instagram podría ser una herramienta que pudieses utilizar para ver si tu proyecto va alcanzando los objetivos que te has propuesto?
Sí, yo creo que sí.
Ok, y tengo una pregunta que antes también se la he formulado a Samba. ¿Con qué aprendizaje te quedas de todo lo que has hecho? ¿Qué es lo que te acordarás de aquí a 10 años?
Que es como una manera realista para ayudar y que es, no sé, como que ayudar con los corredores biológicos va a ser muy bueno para el ecosistema de Costa Rica porque va a haber más biodiversidad y no van a empezar a extinguirse las razas de animales, las especies. Y también aprendo que se puede ayudar en varias maneras, en cosas.
Ok, Súper, excelente, Jimena. Muchísimas gracias, de verdad. Respira, respira tranquila, que ha ido todo súper bien. Muchísimas gracias, Jimena.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Ana. I don't know, Sarah, if you need any translation about the questions that we are having this morning.
Well, I can't follow the Spanish, I'm afraid. My Spanish is just not good enough. But I don't expect you to repeat everything just for me. So I'm enjoying what I can.
Thank you. I will try next time to tell you a little bit what this was about.
Marcela, what Anna's question was what learning stayed with you? And what Jimena answered was that she sees that this project should be broadcast, made more people should be more aware of it, because she believes what stayed with her was that this would lead to less extinction of species, more biodiversity, if we had more of these corridors.
Thank you, Angela. Okay, I think Claudia is also here. Claudia, would you like to ask a question to Jimena?
Sure, Jimena. First, I think it is an extraordinary idea to have an Instagram page because you are part of the new generation. So there's another ways to do and explore and show the people what you can do. Also, you live in a very beautiful land with a extraordinary treasure, as you call biodiversity. So my question is, do you think these corridors are for animals only?
I think they could. I mean, yeah, they're also animals. And I think it could help in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I just want to comment, just to make a little comment. You know, sometimes you have plants, and the plants need also to reproduce, and also they also have a little bit of ingredient, as you also described earlier. So you have like a lot of benefits of the corridors. You can help the plants, male and female plants, to mate, the animals to join, to protect from the road. So I believe it's an extraordinary idea, especially because with your language, you can make the information more important and more reachable to another people. So thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. Jimmy, you want to say something?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, thank you, Claudia, for your question. Sarah, I don't know if you would like to ask a question to Jimmy as well.
I would, thank you. At the risk of sounding boring, because I've got the same question I had before, but I'm very interested in, I've seen through what you've been talking about, I've seen so many scientific skills demonstrated, so many other skills demonstrated, but also kind of behaviors and ways of thinking and positive attitudes. So my question to you, Jimena, is the same question I had for Samba. So the question is, what skills do you think you developed through doing your project?
I think I developed, believe it or not, be more organized and use my time wisely. Because at the beginning, I was just like, what am I gonna do? And I spent a whole class not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
But at the end, I knew I wanted to do biological corridors. I also saw that I think I developed a little bit more interest in helping the ecosystem, because I'm gonna be honest here, all the things, save the trees and that kind of stuff kind of had me sick. But when I started doing biological corridors, I actually got inspired, and I also learned that inbreeding is bad, because I thought inbreeding was more just to keep the line strong, but then I realized that it's the opposite. It makes the species weaker and things like that.
Thank you. Such a breadth and wealth of what you've learned. And can I add something to your list as well of things I've learned or behaviors you're showing that I really value, and that is openness and honesty. It's been wonderful to see. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for your question and comments. Thank you, Hime. Awesome job. Let's support Hime. Are you better now? Are you feeling better? You're done. Okay, and we are doing so good with the schedule, guys. So proud. We're keeping it up. So next presentation is animal testing. That will be Alexia, Sofia, and Maria Angel. Are you ready, girls?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. You may start when you want. Just let me know so I can put the time. So we have three students in this project. For the ones who are doing anclaje, I don't know how to say that in English. Okay. You may
animal testing. Alexia.
Yeah. What is a problem? Why is it a problem and how can we fix it? Animals are being injured and they are dying due to animal testing, which is a form of animal abuse. We can fix this by letting people know about brands that do animal testing so that they stop using and they stop buying these brands and they start using brands that don't go through that process.
Need to know. We already know how to see if a product goes through animal testing or not. We need to know what animals go through testing, etc.
What does animal testing have to do with the green world? Animals are getting harmed and most of the times even dying because of animal testing, and this results as a form of animal abuse, and animals are a big part of nature.
Each year, more than 100 million animals, including mice, rats, frogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs, and more, are killed due to animal testing.
Laboratories for biology lessons, medical training, curiosity-driven experimentation, and chemical, drugs, food and cosmetics testing, cosmetic makeup.
How do we know if something is cruelty-free or not? If something is cruelty-free, which means not animal tested, it will have a small sticker or a drawing of a bunny, or sometimes just a text saying it's not tested on animals.
Half a million animals are used to test cosmetics around the world each year. That's more than 1,369 today alone. 1 million animals a year die due to animal testing.
These are some brands that do animal testing. L'Oreal, MAC, Lancome, Maybelline, Makeup Forever, Benefit, NARS, Clinique, Revlon, Estee Lauder, Amway, Avon, Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, Chanel, Schuh, Umbrella, and Pantene.
These are a few more brands that do animal testing, like ABBA, Urban Decay, NYX, Kat Von D Beauty, Lime Crime, Too Faced, Tarte Cosmetics, Wet n Wild, Real Techniques, ELF, Kat Von D, Susu Lux, Glossier, Emmeline, Milk Makeup, Lasser, Sephora, and more.
Here are some of the other brands that don't test in animals and that test in animals.
Should we play the video?
Do you have 29 seconds? 27?
Then no. Animals in laboratory. In the laboratory, animals are used more for the toxicity test. The toxicity test is it's a test where they inject. They are subject to lethal dose of all type.
Okay. Thank you guys. Are you going to show us something else?
Oh yeah, so we sent a Google Forms to a lot of people in the school to take a percentage of people that use products that test in animals and a percentage of people that don't buy those brands that test in animals. So the percentage of people that use brands that test in animals is 250%. And the other percentage is 160% of people that use brands that don't test in animals. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Nice presentation. Thank you for sharing the data with us. Let's support this group. Before we continue, I think is a Paula join us. Is that correct?
Yes, nice to meet you all.
Welcome, Paula. Thank you for being here with us. So Paula, I'm going to introduce Paula and then we can ask questions to this group. Paula is a doctor in molecular biology from the University of Buenos Aires and a postdoctorate in molecular biology from the University of Barcelona. From 2003 to 2016, she dedicated herself to scientific research, publishing more than 20 articles in specialized academic journals. From 2018 to the present, she works as a project manager of research projects with international agencies. All her activity has been focused on the field of research and development for the cure of cancer. Welcome, Paula. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, Ana, did you have questions for this group?
Sí, gracias, Marcela. Bueno, chicas, Sofía, Alexia, María Ángel, muchísimas gracias por la presentación. Y mira, cosillas, igual que a Jimena y a Samba, no hace falta que leáis las diapos, ¿sí? Yo hubiera agradecido más que me hubierais puesto imágenes de lo que estabais hablando, porque me hubiera ayudado a entender mejor el tema, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces, para otra ocasión no hace falta que leáis, incluso os diría, no hace falta ni que utilicéis frases tan largas, a lo mejor con varias palabras que llamen la atención, vosotras os podéis expresar y podéis hilar, podéis explicar el tema o la investigación que habéis desarrollado. A mí me ha quedado por saber, a ver si ahora me podéis responder, ¿cuál es la investigación que habéis llevado a cabo? Porque al final Alexia ha hablado algo de un formulario, habéis comentado que hay unas compañías que no utilizan animales, otras que sí, entonces me gustaría tener con un poco más de claridad. Aquí en España ya son casi las 6 de la tarde, hora de la merienda, no he merendado y tengo hambre y entonces el cerebro lo tengo un poco que no me funciona muy rápido. Entonces me gustaría saber cuál es exactamente la investigación que habéis llevado a cabo. Cualquiera de las tres me puede responder, o las tres.
La mayor parte de la investigación fue básicamente ver por qué hacen animal testing y digamos qué compañías hacen animal testing y cómo podríamos como ayudar a informar a la gente sobre esto para que paren de usar esas marcas y comprar esas cosas para que paren el harm de animals.
Ok, ¿y por qué hacen animal testing?
Lo hacen para probar que los cosméticos no sean como que no provoquen alergias en los humanos, pero lo prueban con animales. Solo que eso no es bueno para los animales porque muchas de las veces termina matando a los animales.
Perfecto. Entonces me has explicado ahora algo que yo creo que tenía que ir en la presentación para que yo pudiese entender el proceso que habéis llevado a cabo las tres. Entonces me ha encantado esta explicación. Ahora me queda mucho más claro lo que habéis llevado a cabo. Y la pregunta que tengo, porque hay veces que es inusual ver a equipos presentando los proyectos, entonces me gustaría saber cómo os habéis organizado para trabajar el proyecto las tres. ¿Qué ha funcionado bien? ¿Qué ha funcionado mal? ¿Cómo os habéis dividido el trabajo?
Entonces,
algunas hacían otras partes de buscar cuáles fueron los brands que hacían el testing y otras hacían las brands que no hacían animal testing y otras estaban haciendo el Google Forms para mandar al colegio y así como nos dividimos todo.
¿Y funcionó todo bien?
Sí.
Ok, ¿y el siguiente paso cuál sería? Porque ahora...
de hecho,
dime,
habíamos hecho nuestro propio lipstick, como que nuestro propio cosmético para demostrar que en realidad no se ocupa ese proceso de animal testing y que se pueden hacer cosméticos sin eso, que eso es un paso tan innecesario y solo hace cosas malas y no lleva a cabo tantas cosas buenas.
Pero eso es excelente. ¿Y ese lipstick por qué no sale en la presentación? ¿Qué ha pasado con ese lipstick? ¿Sí?
De hecho, debería de salir, aquí está. Si quieren puedo presentar pantalla para que lo puedan ver.
Ok. Es muy importante si habéis realizado una investigación que mostréis vuestros resultados y si habéis creado algo nuevo, pues que lo enseñéis. Excelente. Ok, ¿y lo habéis probado? ¿Y qué tal es? ¿Qué tal va?
Pues no da color porque no era tanto para que pusieras color, sino que funcionara, ¿verdad? Que hidratara, que es lo que hace un chapstick. Y a mí me gustó.
Ajá, ¿y con qué lo hicisteis?
Aquí lo hice con aceite de coco, vaselina y un poco de colorante de comida.
Excelente, muy bien. Pues todo esto que me habéis contado en 3 minutos o en 2, eso tenía que ir en la presentación porque estoy segura de que a todo el mundo nos hubiera quedado muchísimo más claro todo ese proceso de investigación que habéis realizado, ¿de acuerdo? Pero de verdad, muchísimas gracias y felicidades por el trabajo que habéis llevado a cabo. Alexia,
Gracias.
María Ángel y Sofía. De nada, a vosotras.
Gracias, Ana. Thank you, Anna, for your questions and comments. I think that helped the group to organize themselves and see a path where they should go and for future references. Claudia, did you have any question for the group?
Yes, I would like to ask you girls if you check if there are some apps for check on cruelty free in your bibliographic research and also for inspiration for your experiments. Did you check if there is some cruelty free apps and if there is also something extra a part of the cosmetic things that you can test in animals?
Yeah, so there are more than just makeup. There's like shampoos and conditioners that go through animal testing. And we didn't really research about apps, but we did research about sites. For example, PETA is a really good site where you can learn a lot about animal testing and not just animal testing, but animal harm in general.
I see. Well, I just want to add a little bit of a comment. Yes, you have personal care products also for your house and makeup as you described. And I think for these new platforms that we have like Instagram, and we are always with our cell phones, you can go with your apps and check in the moment that you are buying something if you have doubts. But it's very important to create awareness through these presentations and also share your product. I'm very interested to see how it comes forward with this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Claudia, for your questions and comments. Paula, do you have a question for this group? Would you like to ask?
No, I was just thinking about, well, there are several apps that tells you if the list of products included in each shampoo or whatever, a cream, or if there are safe, or if there is any concern on any of these ingredients. It's just to mention it because it's interesting, but and it also comments if it was proved on animal or not. I don't know if you know any of them, but they are very good.
Thank you, Paula. Really interesting. So just to have in mind, girls. Sarah, would you like to add anything to the presentation? Any questions?
Yes, thank you very much, team. I do have a question, and I'm going to change my question from the last two times, because as scientists and as a researcher, one of the difficult jobs we have is to get our message out to the world. So I have a question for you about how you could share these really valuable findings about different brands that you might want not to use or to use. How could you share your research more widely to help raise awareness?
Maybe like creating like what Jimena did when she made her Instagram account, or maybe with a different platform, but kind of, post it somewhere.
Great idea, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be really effective. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Really nice presentation. Yes, Sarah, go ahead.
Sorry, I need to go to my singing lesson now with my son. So I want to send lots of love and thanks to all of you, and have a wonderful day. And I'll be in touch with you, Flora, particularly, okay, about next steps for us. Thank you so much for sharing with me.
Thank you, Sarah.
Bye.
Aprovecho yo también para
Thank you, Sarah,
despedirme.
so much. Just let me know if you need something. I am here. Thank you
Thank you
so much for being here today.
My pleasure. It's been wonderful. Thanks.
Thank you. Ana?
Sí, yo también aprovecho para despedirme. Más bien, muchísimas gracias por la invitación, Flor, Marcela. Me alegro muchísimo de verte.
Igual.
A la familia White, aparte de la familia White también. Y de verdad, muchísimas gracias. Felicidades por el proyecto. Dime.
Ana, muy lindo verte otra vez. Ojalá que se repita pronto.
Ojalá, y que es mejor en directo. Y saludos a Tomás, Marcela, y de verdad, chicos y chicas, felicidades por el trabajo que habéis realizado, y esto solamente es el primer paso, tenéis que seguir adelante, ¿de acuerdo? Venga, muchas felicidades a todas y todos, hasta luego.
Gracias, Ana, cuídate, un abrazo.
Un abrazo, chao.
Chao. I'm mute, of course I'm mute, and I'm saying this and nobody can hear me. We're going to continue. We're doing awesome. All the projects have been amazing, guys. I'm really proud of all of you. So we're going to keep enjoying these beautiful, beautiful projects. Now we have Ashley with plant cuttings. Ashley, are you here, honey?
Hi, teacher Marcela. Hi.
Hi.
So
You may start presenting when you're ready, honey.
thank you. Wait, teacher, I have a little there. Okay, so this is my project about plant cutting. What is my problem? So I want a neighborhood with a lot of plants and varieties, but it's actually like not really cheap to get seeds, or like, and it takes a lot of time to get the seed out of it of a plant, of a growth. So Yeah. So I'm teaching you how to grow a plant from the stem of another plant. Steps. One, take a cutting from a healthy plant. Cut a 3 to 6 inch long piece from a healthy portion of the stem using a sharp object from a 45-degree angle. And trim the leaves and apply rooting hormone. Well, that helps you to be a better rooting system, and it's optional because it will actually work without it. And then plant the stem. Yes, and this is my project I grabbed from a mango tree because you can find those everywhere. And I applied rooting hormone and then I planted it and let it grow. And actually, and you can only do this, like you can do this with a lot of plants, but you can actually transfer like a mango one, one type of mango with another type of mango and combine them to do different type of plants and not only have one type of mangoes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. That was so fast. I was not expecting you to end so fast. Really nice. Nice presentation. I love your project, Ashley. And it was a surprise because you never show it to me. So as Florencia said at the beginning, yes, it's so nice to have these surprises. I feel like I'm in Christmas. Okay. Claudia, did you have any questions for Ashley?
Sure, and also I would like to congratulate you to be so curious about keep growing plants and save money and use the nature what nature gives us. So my question regarding your experiment is how long took for this mango tree to grow? The stem that you took and how much hormone did you add?
Well, actually, you just the hormone you just put it, apply it on it. You don't like it doesn't have a quantity of how much.
Oh.
Yes, and you have to grow like yes, like about 6 inch stem long.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually do not know how long does it take to grow a whole mango tree, and okay, here it says about 8 years to have a whole mango tree to be
I
like with
see.
already big mangoes, and yeah.
I see. I see. Okay, I understand now one thing. And do you have also some kind of future goals with this? For example, if you have, let's say that I'm Claudia, full of money, Hernandez. So I'm gonna sponsor you a new project for you. So which type of plants or which type of trees would you like to try on, and why?
I really didn't like know this question, but if I had I would think apples. Like apple
Apples.
trees. Yes.
I see.
It sounds very
Why not?
interesting.
Okay, well, I'll think about in your proposal. Let's see if I can sponsor it in the future. Thank you so much, Ashley. And
Thank
no more
you.
questions from me.
Thank you very much. Paula, do you have any questions for Ashley?
Hi, Ashley. First of all, I want to congratulate you for the nice work and presentation on this topic. And yes, I have a few questions for you. The first one is, do you know which is the name of the hormone you applied, the rooting hormone?
No, like I actually do not know.
Doesn't matter. No, I don't know either. It's just curiosity.
Sell plants,
Uh,
you have rooting hormone, and they will give it to you.
okay. And the other question is if you know if there is some kind of plant in which this kind of methods cannot be applied, or if you can do it in.
Like plants that do not have a stem, like aloe vera.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And the last one, can I make another one? Do you think if this type of propagation could be implemented like on large scale in the world in the future?
Yeah, I think so. You can maybe like put a page and how to grow them and like different types of leaves and cheap ways to grow them so the earth can be more green.
And faster, no?
Yes, much faster.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Ashley. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, Paula. Really nice, Ashley. Good job, honey. So Ashley's presentation was so fast that we are actually ahead of ourselves, which is good. So let me see, what time is it? It is 9:57. So the next presentation supposed to start at 10:05, but since we are all here, and I think we are all ready, we can have the presentation right away. So it is ocean contamination. There's Alejandra, Valentina, and Maria Loreto. Are you ready, girls?
Yes.
Perfect. So for the ones who are doing the little pins, there, I don't know how to say that in English, guys. I'm sorry. Like you make the picture bigger. Can we have the three girls? So Alejandra, Valentina, and Loreto. Because I can see.
Necesito, porfa, que pongan las cámaras, que activen las cámaras para poder ponerlas grandes.
Please, guys, you know that you have to have your cameras on at all times unless there's internet problems, okay? Thank you, Valentina.
Teacher, I cannot turn my camera when I'm presenting.
Oh, because you are sharing the presentation?
So,
Okay. Thank you for letting us know, Loreto.
welcome.
So let me put the time. Oh, there's Loreto. There. Okay. So you may start, guys. You can press present on there so we can see the whole screen. Who is sharing the presentation?
Me.
Loreto, yes, that one. Perfect. Thank you, Loreto. You may start, girls.
Ocean contamination by Maria Loreto, Alejandra Dillon, and Valentina Brenes.
We're going to talk you a little bit about the problem and topic. It is extremely difficult to clear plastic from open ocean water. There are currently 5 trillion pieces of plastic waste in the world's oceans according to the Ocean Cleanup, a project dedicated to ridding the ocean of waste. Here is now 5.25 trillion micro and micro pieces of plastic in ocean, 46,000 pieces in every square mile of ocean, rising up to 269,000 tons every day. Around 8 million pieces of plastic made their way into our oceans.
According to the report, if current production, distribution, consumption, and disposal continue at their current pace, 26 million metric tons of plastic would enter the ocean annually by the year of 2040. The equivalent of dumping 110 pounds is like 50 kilometers of the plastic on every meter of the coastline around the world. This is the estimation of how much plastic there would be in the following years. And each year there is 8 million tons of plastic waste thrown into the ocean. This is a bar graph on how it shows the information. Lore, ve atrás, faltaste una.
Hovering more than 70% of our planet, oceans are among the Earth's most valuable natural sources. They govern the weather and clean the air, help feed the world, and provide a living for millions. They also are home to most of the life on Earth, from microscopic algae to the blue whale, the largest animal on the planet. The solution to this problem is to spread awareness and for as much people to understand the risks of pollution and contamination. Because if we do not do anything about this problem now, we will see further consequences in the future. Thank you.
We also did a model, and
Are you going to share the model?
Yeah, here's the model. I don't know if you see it. And here's like the contamination, and here's like the plastic and all the things.
Nice, girls. Are you done? You finish?
Yes.
So, nice presentation. Really nice. Claudia, do you have a question for this group?
Sure. Girls, I have to congratulate you because there is a very nice presentation, very colorful, very friendly in the beginning. So I really like that because that also helps to create awareness. I think you nail it in one of the first steps of create awareness, that is give the knowledge to the people that will listen to your presentation and is not related with science or is not interested in the topic. You're passing by, maybe eating something with plastic, maybe ready to throw the Starbucks coffee took, and then they see your presentation and say, maybe not this time. So the question regarding that is, how do you think is the situation in Costa Rica regarding plastic awareness? Just give it to me. I can hear you, Alejandra. Are you talking? You are mute.
Ale? Ale, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Perfect. We see you talking, and we thought that you were answering the question.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay,
So,
who's going to answer?
How is the situation? How do you think is the situation in Costa Rica with plastic contamination?
Not that good, because it also affects the other parts of the world.
Valentina?
I also think that, I think that maybe more private beaches are a lot more clean, and a lot of people do like beach cleanups, but still there's a lot of pollution like more in the waters, and that's really hard to clean like to a full amount, you can do what you can do with like beach cleanups and like trash, but there's still a lot of pollution and contamination.
I'm sorry for to interrupt, but can I present if that is one like slide que falta?
Okay, yes, sure. And that one is about Costa Rica. Okay.
Costa Rica dumps 50 plastic trucks a day into the sea. If it continues at this rate, globally, the UN estimates that by the year of 2050, there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean, in the sea. 80% of the scared plastic is thrown into the sea of Costa Rica. That is a small country, but globally, it is distinguished by having 5% of the planet's biodiversity. And if that were not enough, it has a set of the goal that is becoming the first carbon neutral country in the world by 2020.
Debris come from many different sources and enters the ocean in many ways. Intentional littering and dumping are a big cause of marine debris. Sometimes the trash goes directly into the ocean because of the wind or because it's close. Boats sometimes throw out trash into the ocean. Fishers lose their gear because of the storms. We are the reason on why all the contamination on the ocean happens.
And I think you already presented this part.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
So what will be your solution? What do you think could be a solution? Starting from Costa Rica, neighborhood, maybe home, maybe your own experience. What will you be your, let's say, your first step? Because everything starts from home, then from your neighborhood or maybe city, impact. So what do you think could be a good solution or a proposal in the future for that?
To try to spread awareness into what the problem is, and maybe trying to tell other people to like not use plastic, like plastic straws and plastic cups, and then we could tell that person to tell other people, and that way the idea gets bigger.
And do I think so in the restaurant because it's a lot of plastic, like stop selling that.
And you can find different methods of recycling with house items or whatever you use that has plastic on a day-to-day basis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good start. Thank you for answering. So that means that you use your own metal, your own bottle, right? Oh man, you are my heroes. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Claudia, for your comments and questions. Paula, would you like to add something, ask questions to the girls?
Yes, a very nice and important presentation, girls. Yeah, well, yes, unfortunately, most as adults do not collaborate much in taking care of our planet. So it makes me very happy that you, young people, are taking care of these issues. So congratulations. And I was just about to ask the same comments you just mentioned about using, instead of plastic straw, using bamboo, for instance, or stainless steel. And also it is important to pay attention and use bio, I don't know the name in English, biodegradable, you know, like for the supermarket bags, and try to replace all the plastic we use daily by other kind of materials. But it's not a question, sorry.
It is a comment. Thank you very much, Paula. Yes, because it is true. We have to all try to be aware of this problem which we are causing. Thank you very much. Let's support the girls. You did an awesome presentation. Good job. And we are 10 minutes earlier, which is amazing. So our next group is recycling. Actually, is one person, Camila. Camila Cortez, are you here, honey?
Yes.
Perfect. Are you ready?
Yes.
So you may start. Just let me know when, and I put the clock for you.
Cami, we don't see your face, I don't think.
Really important, Cami. Yes, for today, we need to see you. Thank you, Chris.
Can you see my screen?
We can see you. I can see myself.
Okay, today I'm going to be talking about recycling.
Cami, just a second. I'm just going to ask you a question. Are you in your cell phone? That's why the presentation looks...
Yeah, it's because my sound in the computer sounds very echoey and horrible, so I didn't want that.
Okay, that's important to know. And also, your camera is off. When you
It doesn't let me turn it on.
You cannot turn it on. Okay, thank you for letting us know. Just checking. So, yes, you may start.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about recycling. Oh, God. There. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about recycling, where you can recycle, ways you can recycle, why you should recycle, and what you can recycle. Here are some places you can recycle. I'm not going to name them because they're kind of long, but they're there. Ways you can recycle. You can make pencil holders. You can use like cups left over from like a party or something and just organize random things. You can print on both sides. Well, that's not recycling, but with paper, you can like reuse paper and like, I don't know, put it in the floor to like if you're painting or doing a project to not make a mess. You can use old containers. Like you can see, well, I don't know if you can see that one right there. That's an old container that me and my sister just put like painting things. You can make, here's some things to hold like plants. Here is why you should recycle: because of your family, because of wildlife, for yourself, and as we saw the other project about the girls in the ocean, everyone likes the ocean, right? Yeah. So you should recycle because you don't want to see oceans full of trash like that, or animals that are dying because of all the trash. What you can recycle: plastic bags, bottles, containers, paper, cardboard, egg cartons, toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, glass jars, containers, CDs, rubber bands, hand sanitizer bottles, clothes. And yesterday when I was scrolling through TikTok, I saw these paper towel things that are better than paper towels because you can wash them and reuse them, and they're stronger than paper towels and they soak more water than paper towels. They're made out of bamboo and they last for 6 months. And I use a lot of paper towels, so that's a good idea. And you can also use like cloth towels or the reusable Ziploc bags or glass jars and the newspaper. And yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Camila. A really nice presentation. Claudia, would you like to ask something to Camila?
Sure, Camila. I like the way that you make very synthetic information, so it's like a nutshell in order to get us into the subject. So thank you so much for this concrete presentation. It's really good to know quickly and very with details, special details, key details, in order to know what we can do, where we can go, which ways we can do the things. So My first question is, which items do you think from your own home or every home in Costa Rica will be the ones that make more waste, that are not so recyclable, or that you use very frequently and then became a big waste in the
Well,
big contaminant?
I think it also depends on the household, because maybe your household uses more paper towels than teacher Marcella's household may use more plastic. It kind of depends.
Yeah. And in your house, what do you think will be?
I would say either plastic or like cans from like soda.
I see. I see. Well, it's just an interesting fact that modern days make us use, kind of disposable items to make the things clean. And one of the things that kind of clog more the hoses and the discard systems is the towels, the cleaning towels. These materials are very difficult to reuse, even more than paper, because paper is designed to dissolve. But these items kind of clog and create a lot of mess. So it's just an interesting fact that I always love to share. And when you say paper towels, I said yes. I mean, she knows. So, and what do you think will be interesting way to share these ideas that you are mentioning to recycle at home? For example, I don't know. Could be social media. Could be another way to recycle. What do you think will be an interesting way to share how to recycle and to do it? I will put you an example if I was not so clear. I live now in Bergen, and in Bergen they have some in Norway, they have a place called Fretex. And Fretex, they collect clothes from everybody here and they sell it cheaper. So it's a way to recycle. I don't know if that's a common practice in Costa Rica, or flea market also.
Yeah,
what would be an interesting way?
I could use social media, like kind of maybe like the TikTok I saw yesterday that made me found those paper towels.
Yeah, okay. That's a good one. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. And do you know, Cami, of any organizations or groups that are trying to, like the example that Claudia just said, that try to organize and collect things? Do you know if that is happening near your home or Santana or here in Costa Rica? Have you researched anything about that or heard about that?
No, I didn't really look into that as much.
Okay, thank you, Cami. Paula, do you have any comments or questions for Camila?
Yes. Well, thank you, Camila, for your presentation and for having chosen this topic. And I have two questions. One is, how is the recycling situation in Costa Rica? Do people recycle in every house or not much? I don't know, how is it like that?
Well, I don't think that many people recycle. Well, at least the people I've like talked to in in some of my friends and my family, I've only seen, I think, like 2 or 3 people that recycle. So
you mean plastic, paper, and other things?
Yeah.
Kind of very little people.
Yeah.
That's a pity. Well, then I wanted to ask you if you know that there is like the 3R rule, which is the reduce, reuse, and recycle rule. Did you know it?
Yeah.
And do you think recycling is the most important, or should all 3 go together?
I think all 3 should go together because they like kind of help each other. Because if you like reduce less, I don't know, less plastic, then you can recycle also the little bit that's left, but reduces it.
Yes, and reusing is kind of recycling also. So, yes. Very nice. Very good. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Paula. Cami, now that you mentioned that the people that you talk to, they do not recycle that much, I'm curious about your household and maybe classmates, because here at school, we are trying to tell you to recycle and to go green and we have like some disposal cans when you can separate so you can recycle. So do you think what we do here at school has had any impact at home or with your friends that are here from school as well? And maybe move a little bit, not just stay with us, but kind of spread a little bit to family members and other and friends?
I wouldn't really know because I mean the recycling, the since I was like very little, since I was like 3, and I can remember we used to in my house always have like the trash cans that's like one for plastic, one for cans, and one for like normal trash, and then somewhere we put cardboard. So I've kind of always done that since I was little. So
So it's something that you find that it should be like that. It's something natural for you that you have to
yeah.
divide. Okay. Thank you, Cami. Really interesting. Let's support Camila. Awesome presentation. Good answering the questions. I like that Cami goes just straight to the point, really concise. Thank you, Camila. It is, let me see the time, it is 10:22. We're supposed to go to recess at 10:40. But I'm just going to ask if the next group, Renewable Energy, that will be Rafael, Gabriel, and Santiago Gomez. If you are ready, guys, you can present before going to recess. If you are not ready and you tell me that you need the recess time to finish something, that's fine. I'm just asking you to see if we can have that presentation since we have extra time. Are you there, Rafa? Santiago?
Yeah, mom, I'm gonna ask him.
Can you repeat?
Give me a moment.
Who was that? I cannot.
It was Santiago Gomez. It says, give me a moment.
Okay, thank you for telling us. Okay, while we wait a little bit, guys, I'm so happy. Really, really happy. Thank you, Claudia and Paula, that you're here with us. Thank you to all the parents that support us and connected to support the students and their kids. Thank you, all of you, for all the hard work. We can tell, looking at your presentations, that you have been working really hard. And the process has been a really rich process in which we have learned a lot. And I'm really proud of you guys. Really, really happy to have finished all this process with this virtual conference. Rafa is here. Rafa said that they're ready. Awesome. Oh, you're going to present live. Oh my goodness. Okay. The one who is, can we just have them like big because they're going to do live? I don't know if it's possible. I know Eva and Florencia have been helping with this.
I think they are dislocated, but I'm not sure. How do you see them? Do you see them big?
On pin me and the guests so we can see the group in the whole screen because they're doing it live. My goodness. Okay.
Do we start?
Yes, let's see how the sound is because I think there are a little bit of noise outside your classroom. So let's see if the sound is good. You may start.
Hold on, let me just. Okay. Renewable Energy by Rafael,
Santiago and Gabriel. What our project is about, it's practically a project where we are gonna, it's kind of like the base of the hydropower project and the eolic energy project. So this is a project.
The problem that we are trying to solve is that energy is being abused by all humans and energy is going to run out.
So when the motor starts moving forcefully, it releases mechanical energy charges, which can be used as electrical energy.
We know that we need to connect the DC motor to a LED through some cables.
To solve the problem, we can collect energy charge from the motor.
Here we have a schematic of all the connections of the light bulb, the LED light, the cables, and the DC motor.
So basically, here we have a motor, which when it has some forcefully mechanical energy charges, when somebody moves the motor, this could be with a water wheel, for example, then it will release some energy charges that are gonna be lighting up the bulb. Any questions?
Okay, you finished, guys?
Yeah.
Were you able to build a prototype? You're showing us here the schematics.
Yeah, we were able to build the prototype. However, we don't have it here right now.
And do you have pictures?
No.
Okay. So thank you guys for your presentation. Let's support Rafael, Santiago, and Gabriel. Okay. Thank you, guys. So, Claudia, do you have any questions for this group?
Well, thank you, Rafael, and guys, for your nice presentation. Again, is very, very concise, very precise, but very rask. So with this scheme and also with the let's say you have very clear your objectives and then what is the problem, then you set up an objective, and then you create and design, and also you said also that you have you made a prototype. So that's a really interesting and way to go when you use the scientific method in order to solve a problem. I would like to ask you if you got any you have an assessor in this project, or was owned by yourselves? You check on the net. What are your sources for this research for this project that you have?
So our sources where we made a little Google search, and we found out some sources from two websites that were specific, that were working on a project like ours. So those two websites we have are one named I think Discovery.tech. Let me show you guys. It's one called Drive.tech and another one is called NewEquipment.com.
I see. And from that, you inspire yourselves to create the prototype.
Rafa?
I think I got it. But then the next question, guys, will be, what are the plans for the next step for that prototype. Are you interested to continue with that prototype? Did it work? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we are actually interested in maybe continue this prototype. We can incorporate it to a windmill, for example, or even water mills, or any other fluids. For example, we can put it to a car. So when you are not like driving with the engine, then the wheels will start generating energy, which is actually something that happens in one of the Lexus, which basically when the engine is turned off and the car is moving, it starts generating energy to be used again by the car. Something we could do is we could implement it to a battery and start storing energy in it. And one of the actual contrasts we had was that the motor doesn't is just produces a really low quantity of power, so it would take a long time to charge a battery. But that is because we were moving it with our hands. But if we incorporate it to a wheel, then it will generate a lot more energy.
Wow, that sounds super interesting. Thank you so much. And I have to thank you for this beautiful scheme with the battery and the power, because I understand now many things. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Paula, do you have any questions for this group?
No, I just want to congratulate the boys because it was amazing.
Thank you, guys. Really nice and well done. Let's support this group. Thank you, Rafa, Gabriel, and Santiago. Where is Santiago? Santiago is out of the picture there. Santiago, come in. Thank you, guys. You did a nice job. Okay. I will have loved to see the prototype, though, but it's okay. It's okay for next time. Thank you. And what time is it? My goodness, it's 10:33. We're supposed to have a recess at 10:40. So if everybody agrees, I don't know, Flor, if you have any plans or if we go now to recess and then... Rafa, what was that?
Marce, I think we can go to recess and then we come back on the scheduled time.
Perfect. So we're going to have 7 more minutes recess, which I think the kids deserve it.
We can have a little longer recess.
Perfect. We come back at maybe 5 to 11 to give them chance to get all in. Would everybody agree on that? Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Paula. I don't know if you're going to be with us still when we come back, but I really appreciate you being here and supporting us and asking questions to the kids about their projects.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you very
invitation.
much.
It's a very nice initiative. Bye.
Thank you. Muchísimas gracias a los dos, de verdad. Jimmy is asking if they disconnect. I would suggest, guys, that you just turn off the camera. Don't get disconnected because then it take a long time to connect. What was that, Flor? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It's better if they don't disconnect.
Yes, don't disconnect, guys. Just turn off the cameras, go to recess. So the ones who are in ICU, you can go to recess. Ask teacher Maria Jose and teacher Ana Sofia. The ones who are at home, you have an extra minutes to relax, drink some water, and walk around a little bit because we have been sitting for a long time. Thank you, guys, and I expect you here at 10:55.
This was so fast.
I know. We're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. See you 10:55, please, everybody. Thank you, guys.
Yep.